Welcome to my channel. This is Mario Lloyd, also known as Real Estate Guru PK. On this channel, we talk about my real estate endeavors. We also have the top real estate producers and the top entrepreneurs in the country. Be sure to click the link below with Justin P with his Support Black Colleges marketing course. Also with Jason White's Crack the Code affiliate link, click that below as well. Also to support the channel, Webull, M1 Finance, Chase, Discover, Robinhood, and Public, a stock trading app. We hope you enjoyed this episode. This is Real Estate Guru PK signing up. Special guest, we got Papi Chulo.
Come on.
Dreaded or just Papi Chulo?
It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Papi Chulo _ dreaded for Instagram purposes. Chulo, Papi, don't even matter, man.
So you started off with e-commerce, correct?
For sure.
Okay.
Back in 2018.
How'd you meet Quay? How'd y'all meet? Because he's from Houston.
I think it was so funny because I talk K-Way, right?
Yeah, K-Way.
Yeah.
Blame it on Quay.
Yeah. So it was years ago. You know what I mean? I'm talking about probably like 2016, 17. You know, we were just on the internet, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what's going on, what the money moves was, you know, and a lot of them had money moves already. You know, they was doing affiliate marketing and stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, what's this, man? Everybody just switched up the game. You know, ain't nobody trying to do their own thing. They doing this affiliate marketing thing or whatever the case is. I didn't even know what it was called. You know, I just seen him post certain things. It was like a link back in the day was like, yo, if your significant other is cheating on you, text this number. And everybody was posting it who was a internet star or whatever the case is, or an upcoming internet star, because we all had little followers at that point. You know what I'm saying? But if you had like 20,000, 50,000 followers back then in the day, you had motion. You know what I mean? So I finally hit him up. He told me, yeah, man, come on, get down with this. Everybody was trying to gatekeep. They wasn't trying to tell nobody because they thought it wasn't enough money for everybody, you know? So, you know what I'm saying? I always say shout out to bro, you know, because, you know, he really was the first one who said, yo, this is what we doing on the internet. You know what I mean? So that's when I started really getting to, you know what I'm saying, a little money a little bit.
Okay. So you told your story many times on podcasts. I really don't want to talk about that. So your mom had a stroke.
Yeah.
And then you, like at that point, you was like, all right, it's now or nothing. Like, what was your mindset at that time? Like, I know you was angry and emotional, but.
Oh, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, when you work so hard for something, you know what I'm saying? We work for so hard for something, and you plan on putting in all the work, all the effort. You know, I always pride myself of being a hardworking person, you know? I've always been that because I always like to show off. It's just always been me, you know? But my form back then was just showing off in the workforce. But I tell everybody right before they hire me, if you respect me as a man, I'll work my ass off for you. That's all I cared about. You know, it's respect at the end of the day. It wasn't about the money or whatever. I just wanted to feel a part of something, but I wanted to be treated like a human being at the end of the day, regardless of the roles of who making more money. You know, we get it. Your role is significantly more higher than mine. You know, you might get an extra 30, 40,000 at the end of the year than I do, but I still deserve that respect as a man if I'm going to put forth the effort to show you that I deserve that respect. You know, so it was a busy Saturday this day, and the crazy thing is, I wasn't even supposed to be working. I took somebody else's shift. Again, proving my hard working, you know, ethics or whatever the case is. And you know, I was coming off a lunch break. My sister texted me. Well, she called me at first. I ignored it because that's my sister. I'm like, whatever. I'll talk to you later. You know, but she texted me in all caps and said, "Hey, mom just had a stroke. Get to the hospital now." You know, obviously I sat down for a second, read it a couple times, you know, started panicking immediately, started crying. Because I'm like, you know, when you don't have that much knowledge on a stroke, you just know sometimes
it could be fatal.
You feel me? And obviously your mind is going to the worst things ever. You feel me? Especially when you really have that much love for your mother. You know what I'm saying? And that's how much love I have for mom. I'm like, yo, this can't be happening. I'm the baby. I'm the youngest. So, you know, obviously I'm way more emotional than my siblings or whatever. So I'm like, oh, man, I can't do this. So I dropped my face, whatever case is, walking out there, eyes super red. And my boss at that time, he's at the, you know, at the front. So the front is like where the door is. So he's on the computer. I go up there, hey, boss, I need to go see my mom. I have to go see my mom. She just had a stroke. And he looked up slowly, like, you know what day it is? It's Saturday. Go out there and sell some shoes. And put his eyes back down, you know, and yeah. You know, and I always say, at that option, I had two options. Obviously, you could show somebody where you're from, or you could show them where you're going.
Mm.
You know. So at that point, I was like, man, whatever. I ended up leaving anyways, and went by my mom's side. And just hearing her slur my name as she was trying to say I'm okay, but I couldn't understand what she said when she was saying my name, but I knew it was my name. I'm like, wow. And obviously at that point I was going through so many different emotions because I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't want to stay at my job. Thought I was about to get fired, you know. And at that point it's like, shoot, jobs were, you know, I was applying for everywhere. I always had 2 or 3 jobs since I was 16. You know, I had a daytime gig, nighttime gig, weekends. I'm hustling on Craigslist. What they got, holding signs today. What they got, throwing cattle feed. What they got, painting houses. I was doing all that stuff because I always liked to actually have the money to take care of what I wanted at the time. You know, so just being able to see her like that, I'm like, nah, okay, cool. The respect ain't there, and the fact that I wanted to stay because I'm thinking that, oh man, if I leave, I won't get this job again. I just worked myself up to be this authority figure. The pay never changed, but at least people was like, yo, we can count on him. But I didn't realize I was a glorified slave for real, you know, because I'm the person that's going to take everybody's shifts. Call me, you know. Yeah, he's the go-to. It was like really, you know, in reality, it's he going to do anything we tell him to do. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, I need to start something. I need to really figure this out for real.
You know the value of a dollar. Like I think we all will. I know him and me.
Yeah.
We worked like $7, $8 an hour. What was your aha moment where you were like, I made it?
The first one.
The first one.
All right, I'm gonna give you a truthful answer now.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. When I was able to fill up that gas tank.
Oh, for real?
And I kept. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that's a different flex when you don't care about the gas station. Yeah. You know what I mean? You ain't trying to drive past the 5 ones that's expensive as hell just to get to the cheap one that you normally go to.
Yeah, he going across town to get the cheap gas.
You feel me? It was the put the pump on, just walk away.
Walk away, sit down and
that was a boss move for me because I'm a notorious 20 on 5. I'm notorious. You ride with me, you better put 5 on this at least. That was me. You know what I'm saying? So when I did that, I felt like, oh yeah, I made it. You know, that's the first actual time. But you know, money time, I think. Money time. I don't know, man. We had such a journey, you know, through this whole thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember every moment vividly. I remember my first sale, that $60 sale came through. I'm over there in the group chat with my brothers. I'm like, yo, it's lit. It's up here. I'm gonna go crazy. You feel me? Because I finally found something that worked for me. You know, because when you truly first really like trusting yourself, you can make it happen. Because people tried to scare me away from starting my own business. They were like, yo, you need to keep working for us when I was doing the affiliate marketing thing. They was like, you'll get sued. You'll this and that. You don't need to start your own business. It won't work. You know what I mean? That's what they said. Until I was like, you know, they played with my money one time. And this is after like 3 times of going broke. You know what I'm saying? Like we really did, you know, upgrade to a decent house. Boom. Now we over here in the projects. We upgraded it out. Now we over here back in apartments. You know what I'm saying? And I told my wife at the time, and you know, my family, my kids, I was like, yo, we're not gonna fall no more. You know what I'm saying? And then we end up falling because, you know, I end up putting all our money into the thing. I'm talking about I emptied out the shoe boxes and everything, you know, put it all towards this offer. I was supposed to get like $100,000 out of it. We over there planning everything, you know what I'm saying? Which house we gonna buy? We're gonna buy this one that we currently in. And yeah, I got played, man. You feel me? Like, it was like, yo, we can't pay you. You know? I'm sorry.
So what'd you do?
I cried. You feel me? I cried. I went to the closet and started swinging that stuff like, you know, Travel Boys in the Hood. You feel me? Like, it was like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. You feel me? So, but it was good at the same time too, right? Because I mean, at that point, that was my breaking point. I was like, yo, I tried this. I tried this 3 times. Yo, this is it right here. I got to figure something out. What job gonna hire me again, you know? Because in my head, I already accepted the entrepreneur journey, you know? And you know, when we go on this journey, we really commit to it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no backing out and just saying, oh, I'm going to go back to work for somebody. You know, a lot of us rather go homeless than go back to work. That was my mindset.
Man, that's always been my mindset.
You feel me?
I sleep on the street.
Yeah, you know? And that's real stuff, you know? That's why I was like, nah, we're going to figure it out. And, you know, after sitting down talking to God, you know what I'm saying, and talking to my pastor at the same time, he just reiterated what my wife said that really stuck with me. He was like, "Yo, you got the knowledge to make this happen. You feel me? So if you have the knowledge to make this happen, just do it for yourself." Because I always wanted to start my own business. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay, well, let me go ahead and focus on myself now. Start that business. First 5 months, $1 million, man.
Your mentee that just did $1 million. What exactly did you do to like get him to, like, what did you tell him?
Which one?
The new one you just posted, the one that did $1 million. He did his first $1 million on e-commerce.
Yeah.
I like how you said which one.
That's a flex. We got plenty on. Yeah. We got plenty on. So with him, man, I pretty much tell all my students the same thing. Trust the process. Do what I say. Not in a, prideful, arrogant way. It's really like, hey, just do what I say here. You know what I'm saying? Listen to everything I say. Follow it step by step. And there's no reason why you shouldn't hit success. I believe a lot of people that teachers and coaches and all this other stuff don't have as many successful students as I do because they're not teaching the way that it got them rich. Like people are just selling programs for the sake of just making money and but I've actually done everything that I teach people to do. So it's easier to follow a path of success and get rich if you're doing exactly what somebody did, because it's grounded in the same things. I created several successful 6, 7, 8-figure businesses based off of what I've taught everybody else. I just apply the same thing everywhere. I help restaurant owners make $1 million plus, clothing businesses, electronic, it doesn't matter because marketing is marketing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once you really know how to market and get to the people, once you really know how to attack those 3 different buyers, there you go.
I saw a live where it was a young man. He genuinely believed it was impossible for someone like you or just people in general to amass millions of dollars. Yeah. And it is kind of sad to see. I think a lot of the times mindset gets in the way of achieving that.
Right.
So is that something you talk a lot about with your students? Like mindset, is that a major part of getting to where you're at?
100%. Like in my first video, I tell people to identify their why. As soon as they get the program, it's like identify your why immediately, and attack your why. You need to really understand your why and study it, be obsessed over it. And I tell people all the time, you got to die as well, and everybody, what do you mean I got to die? I'm like, you got to kill the previous version of yourself to actually hit this. I'm like, I wasn't talking to you on the live. I was talking to the inner rich person inside you that made that decision. You were just puppeted to the point where now we're getting somewhere. I'm like, I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for the inner rich you that's doing it for their kids or their legacy. You know what I'm saying? I'm having an inward conversation. So normally when I talk directly like I'm speaking to one person, because at the end of my lives, I always say, and I know you're going to make the best decision. Can't wait to get you rich. But if it's 500 people in there, people are like, well, which one of us? It's the person who I'm speaking to at that moment. And I'm calling something outside of you, because that's how it was for me. I had to live in my head so much. Like I'm emulating everything. I'm watching movies, TV shows. I was not the person to read books that got mass millions. I just was watching, motivating people, on these movies and on these shows, was over there jarring up cream, watching Billions, Silicon Valley, show like that actually made me want to do something, I'm like, oh, I can't wait, Then I'm in Florida, you see all the fast cars and everything, and when you got Nissans, like, like, you pull up next to a Ferrari, like, dang, all right, I need to get my stuff together, you feel me?
Yeah.
So that's where those long hours came from.
And what was your why?
It was, at that time, it was definitely my wife, that's sitting over there, because we was in the projects, what I'm saying, like really trying to, figure this out, you know what I'm saying? And she ended up making this decision to stay with me instead of going to the military, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I need to perform at a higher level. At that time she had a 4-year-old son, I had a 4-year-old little girl. So I felt like it was destined, to, make that thing a family. But I had to step up, you know what I mean? Because until then I was just a single father that was doing what I could, on the summer times when I get my daughter, So I needed to step up and become more of a man, you know what I mean? So my why was definitely, okay, let me get my family out the trenches, because it was one night where, it was a gunman involved. You feel me? Like I picked up a little pawn shop TV,
Yeah, I remember this story.
Yeah, 60-inch TV. Everybody wanted a 60-inch TV or something? Little 60-inch TV, taking it upstairs and stuff, you know. And I'm finna go take out the trash, and she's saying, "Yo, like, take your gun downstairs." You know, these 3 dudes, you know, I don't trust them. Whatever, you know. Obviously, we went back and forth a little bit because I didn't think I needed to take my gun. It's right there. Like, we come down the 3rd flights of stairs. I walk a little bit, garbage can right there. You know what I mean? And I ended up doing it anyway. I took the gun with me. You know, was out there taking out the trash. You know, and you know, at that time we got like concrete, but it's gravel. You know, so it's like sand, small rocks, so you can hear, you know, as people like approaching or whatever. So as soon as I do that, I look in the you know, because some garbage cans got that mirror that shows you the outside of the street. And the same people, 3 people she was talking about was approaching. You know what I'm saying? Like creeping low type stuff, but moving fast. So immediately I dropped the trash, turn around, you know what I'm saying, brandish my gun, they brandish theirs. You know, it's like, take us upstairs. You know? And at that time it's just her and you know, our son upstairs at that time. You know what I mean? And I was like, I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to handle this right now. You feel me? Whatever we finna do it right now. I was talking heavy, but I was scared as shit. Please, don't shoot me. I got a family. Please don't be a statistic. I don't want to be one of those. You know, so, but you know, outwards, you got to be tough or whatever the case is. People sense weakness. They're going to think that you sweet, you know what I'm saying? And try to do stuff anyway. So I had to put on that mean, tough guy bravado, you know, and I'm loud because I'm like, okay, we're in the middle of everything. Like, these people can look over their balconies and see what's going on, which they did. They seen what's going on. And they behinds got phones out, not to call the police, but to report. Try to see if they could see something crazy, you know? And I'm like, yo, this is wild just to even, you know, see this in full, in real life, but I'm in this situation. So I'm playing out a movie right now, and I'm hoping it's got the best ending, you know what I'm saying, compared to what we normally watch when we watch movies in the hood. You know, eventually those 2 minutes that felt like 25, they end up backing up, you know what I'm saying, and then ran away. I ended up running upstairs. I'm in the shower. I think I'm in the shower for a while, you know, like not saying nothing. She was trying to get me to talk for like 2 hours. I just in that thing, like, you know, just replaying everything in my head. I'm like, yo, I was almost out of here, you know, and I'm just thinking like, dang, what my daughter think? Because at that time, my daughter in Alabama. You feel me? Like, when she come down here, that's all she got is me. And if I'm not here no more because of some senseless, dumb stuff that's happening in the hood because people want to rob you for a pawn shop TV. I could have took you to the pawn shop. I'm pretty sure you could have bought it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and it just let me know, okay, I got to get out of here. It got to be really a get rich or die trying thing. You know, I wanted to be in a better area. So I'm like, okay, I need to save some money. I need to figure out how to stack this money, start these businesses. You know, and that's when I started hustling, trying to do other little small businesses because I had to get out of the projects, you know. And affiliate marketing took me out of the projects for the first time.
Now that you almost have like 2 million followers on Instagram, you got more clout with Instagram. Like, if you go back up there, they gonna come see you, or you, what you thinking?
Nah, you know, it's crazy because that's still in my city that I live in.
For
you know?
real?
Yeah, and that's only like probably like 10, 15 minutes from where I frequent. But it's like, it's different, right? Because I'm not an idiot. You know, I already know wolves are still gonna be wolves, right? But it's like, I've developed so much love in my city for me just naturally just being me and helping people. Like, the people that getting out of jail saying, bro, we was watching you for 2 years. It was 50 of us, bro. We over there. You like our favorite TV show. You're entertaining. You motivated us. You know what I'm saying? We got emotional watching you or whatever case is. You made us want more when we got out of here. You know what I mean? And you good and da. So anytime I go somewhere, people recognize me and it's always love. You know what I'm saying? No matter like where I go in the city or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I mean, the favorite food spots is still in the hood. You know, so I still, you know what I'm saying? I'll risk it for some shrimp and dinner. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I get nothing but love out there too, man. So you know what I mean? Like, I move a little safe, but at the same time, you know, it's love now.
Would you ever move anywhere else?
I don't know. You know, I get that question asked a lot, right? Especially like by my Atlanta counterparts, you know, the people that's moving out there or whatever. Like,
I thought you was living in Atlanta.
Nah. I know a lot of people been asking me. They be like, yo, would you move to Atlanta? Da, da, da. I'm like, man, your Rolls Royce stick out like a sore thumb out there, man. You come down here, you're a dime a dozen. I'm like, that's why I'm staying where I'm at. Why would I choose to be, a small fish in a big pond versus being a shark in a little pond? Like, I'm the man out there. And I tell people all the time, you need to figure out how to take over where you're at, Figure out, the golfing schedule, whatever the case is, where the mayor golfs or whatever the case is. Get to know the restaurant owners in your city. Get to know the people that's running the hotels. You need to know certain things so you can actually own that place. So when you have an authority, now you're a figure of authority. Now you get free this. People come in, your students come in, they can sleep for free or whatever the case is. You're hosting big things. People, the mayor and the judge can like move things around from you. It's really imposing your will on where you're at. But you can't really do that if you're just in a place where everybody is at, Like I frequent in Atlanta to do business, Miami to do business, but I always can come back home, where it gives me a sense of, because I'm originally from Montgomery, Alabama. I was out for 17 years, so I'm a country boy. So I'm used to that slow pace moving or whatever the case is. People actually seeing you and saying hello.
Hello.
You feel me? I went to New York. The first time in New York, I was like, I felt like I was in hell.
Oh my God.
People ain't saying nothing to you.
Yeah.
Hey, bumped you, rub. Hey, what's going on? Everybody saying nothing, But I love that slow pace living.
You ever, besides Myron Golden, you got any other mentors?
Nah.
Just him?
Yeah, because it's so funny because Myron always say, he like, bro, you got the most amazing entrepreneurial story I've ever heard in my life, And he was like, because you did this really by yourself. You failed your way to the top, And I tell people all that time, my customers can pay me to $1 million. Like the women, they will be you guys are very specific about, everything. Like, why the labels so crooked? I was spray gluing the labels on at home. I just printed them out from the library. I did. I only had $300 when I built this, So when I say that, it's not a lie. It's really, I only had that. $2.97 for the spray glue. Went to the library to go print out the labels and everything. Cut them out with the little cutter that I got from Amazon for $8.96. $8.96. I'm like, and then the rest, I put $100 on products and then put the rest in the marketing. Like, and that's literally how I started, what I'm saying? Similar, just like that. And I'm like, yo, we're gonna have to make this work.
What's your most expensive purchase?
The $4.7 million house.
With the big pool in the back?
Yeah, man.
From the video with the plies, right?
Yeah. Made myself a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that? Did you get a chance to meet him?
I met a lot of people out there, man.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it was but it's a flex to know that I bought the house when, because the owner was using it as a vacation rental for like the high level people, whatever the case is. Like the Shark Tank people, when they come and bring their mentees, they bring them in that house.
Oh, wow.
So certain people. So when I came in and said I want to buy it, he was like, do you want to keep the traffic and just let them finish? I'm like, nope. Tell them all that I'm the reason why they can't do this no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, little flex. Get your name out there a little bit. And Damon John, that's my guy now. He hit me up.
For real?
Yeah, he hit me up. He was like, oh, you the one who did it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You feel me? Like, yes, sir.
I like it.
Yeah,
You never thought about doing your own podcast since you know so many people?
I thought about it, man. I even had to, I got one room upstairs, that I just went in like last year and I started setting it up for a podcast or whatever. I just know it's timing and everything. So me, I'm just a person that I move perfectly off of timing. Like, all right, when I got time to sit down and do this, that I'll make it happen.
Who's gonna be like your top 5 you want? Like top 5 guests?
Top 5. No, I gotta have Myron on there. Just to chop it up about the losses, because I think that's important for entrepreneurs to know about the losses and everything, so you can be okay with it. Once you're accustomed to the losses, you know exactly how to just keep going. Like, okay, this happens normally, because people normally only glorify the wins. Even if you talk about the losses, people don't care about them. They care only about the wins. You know what I'm saying? So probably him, and the rest is just gonna be my millionaire students. I already interviewed 2 of them, you know what I'm saying, in the podcast setting or whatever. Like, that's where I believe this makes me different from a lot of people. Like, when I throw events or whatever, I know people bring out the Steve Harveys and people like that. That's all cool, but I mean, they got their money, like, respectfully a while ago, you know what I'm saying, and doing however they got it. But me throwing events, I'm bringing up my millionaire students to show how they got it doing what we're doing. It's not like a whole bunch of motivation porn where people just be hyped just to go home and go to work. No, we're not doing that. And I got a rule. If you come to anything that I throw and you ain't made more money than you cannot come back the next year. 'Cause I don't care about your money. I care about your results. Your results is what pushes me in a different light. Like, I learned that once I started touching millions. I'm like, this is cool. This is good for my family. I love this for my family legacy. But me personally, I got to brag on something different, you know, especially if I'm talking to the outside people that I know for a fact not doing as well as me. What the hell I look like, you know, flexing on people that's not doing good. You know what I'm saying? What I look like, I can't just tell, you know, people that in the rooms, because when I first bought my Rolls Royce, right? My first one, when I first bought the Rolls Royce, I went to a private Rolls Royce dinner with my wife. And we're sitting there next to people, the owner of GNC, the owner of T-Mobile, the owner of this and that, the conversations they having. Oh man, we lose. We just spent the globe. We spent the whole month out here in this. You know what I'm saying? Like no packing or nothing. Just bought all the clothes out there. You know, just hearing a different level of flex. And it's like, okay, me talking about my love, 30 something million ain't appealing to them.
Good.
You feel me? Who's touching hundreds? But to say, well, I create millionaires. You know what I'm saying? Damn near one every month, that's a different conversation. Because now they look at me and say, oh, I'm gonna put my kid on you. 100,000 teach my son how to do this and that. He's lazy anyway. You know, it's a different conversation we're starting. You know, because you can't talk to people about money. That's not impressive to them. But I realize creating the millionaires, that's a different one.
Okay.
And to date, how many have you created?
Over 100 plus. Confirmed. Okay. So we know for a fact there's really hundreds. Everybody who has a business on the internet that's anywhere near e-commerce, 9 times out of 10 got influence or been in my program. Because I taught over 20, 30 plus thousand people, you know, and a lot of them are notable names, you know what I'm saying, that don't want to come out and just say what's going on.
You the one.
Yeah, got a couple of those TV, the TV women, you know what I'm saying? They came in and stole the sauce a little bit, whatever. Like, we yeah.
Okay.
What's like the top 5, if somebody wants to start their e-commerce business right now, what's the top 5 things they need to know?
For one, what to sell, right? This is the reason why I pride myself on teaching them exactly what to sell. Because you could be out there and first thing we do think about as black people is candles and t-shirts. The first business. And soap bombs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the first thing we ever be thinking about, because I guess we're used to that flea market mentality, you know what I'm saying? Where we all them went to flea markets growing up with our parents and grandparents or whatever the case is, and that's the only thing that they were selling in now, you know? So I would tell them what to sell. That's number 1, all right? For 2, who to sell to, right? And I always tell people, women is the biggest consumers volume-wise, right? Men, we purchase more. We have a higher dollar amount when we purchase, but it's quality over quantity with us. Women want to buy things in multiple, you know, and that's just from seeing the buying behavior over the last couple of years. Sell to women, you know. For 3, be ready. Be ready. Got to have this dog in you, because it's not just the journey that you're going through of business. It's the outside journey that started to affect things. It's how your people look at you while doing this, because we gave up a lot of stuff. We gave up holidays. Our kids sacrificed 2 birthdays because all that money had to go into the business. And you gotta know how mamas was speaking, how her mama, my mama, like everybody was, nah, you shouldn't be doing this and that. You know, you got the outside people, y'all dirty as hell. Y'all shouldn't be doing it. Like, you hear it a lot. You gotta have that dog in you to really stay focused. You know, so I would say that's number 3. You know, number 4, when to do something. You know, you gotta know when to do it. You feel me? Your products and everything, depending on what time in the world things are going down in. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I refer students to one particular thing, can't say it, but I refer them to it because it's the season for it. You know, that way they can go ahead and start taking off and make money right now because it's the season for it. You got to know when to do things, you know? And the 5th one, I would say, learn the value of money, you know, because I've seen this ruin people. Just like I got great millionaire stories, I got horrible millionaire stories. I got students that hit that number, lost it all, you know, struggling. You feel me? Trying to figure out how to get back. Embarrassed to come tell me, so I got to hear from somebody else that you doing bad when you supposed to not even be doing like this. And I have plenty of them, you know what I mean? Because obviously when you first get this money, you know, like it's different in our world, man. Like, because one day you can be making $1,000 a day. The next day you can be making $100,000 a day. You know, and that's just how e-commerce goes. One thing go viral, that's $50,000 overnight. People not used to that money. You know, none of us are. You know what I'm saying? The good thing with me was I was just so damn tired of being broke. going back broke from having a little something, going back broke, having a little something, that I was like, I ain't looking at this. I did not look at my money. I looked at my money at 200,000. That's only because I had to have an LLC, but I really didn't focus on the number. So I was like, oh, I know I'm making some money because I'm shipping products out. I'm at the post office delivering products damn near for 2 or 3 hours. And I was handwriting them because I didn't know that you could print it out from the online shop. Bro, I told you, when I tell people, like, I didn't know nothing about nothing. I was just out here figuring it out as I went, you know, which is why I deem myself the mudpreneur, because I really had to figure it out step by step until one of the people in the dang thing say, yo, I sell online. You sell on Shopify? I'm like, yes, ma'am. She's like, you need to get your ass on Shopify and print those labels out at home. You be holding up this line every single day. And I'm like, okay.
So she gave you game.
Yeah. And I always accepted the game, you know, because I knew I didn't know what I was. My pride was so low that I could listen to anybody tell me something, I would use it, and it would help my business out tremendously, you know? And that's another reason people don't be having that whole mindset of, you know, taking that pride down, because we all want to think we got it. No, I got this. Oh, it's going to go crazy. Okay, but if you have some input in any form of fashion that's good input, I might listen, you know, and I might take it. So really just understanding the value of $1, because like I said, people done had it, lost it, you know. Man, I made $12,000 my first month, man, but I blew it on a car. Like, you know, you hear it all the time. So yeah, I'm like, yo, just understand money is just a byproduct of value creation. Create the value, you will have the money, but you have to keep investing in the value so you can keep having the money, you know? Yeah.
I ask all my guests is, would you have a problem if your kids didn't want to be an entrepreneur? They just wanted like a 9 to 5?
A 9 to 5 around 16 to 18, I wouldn't mind, you know? But I tell everybody, like, I'm a little different. Like, my kids, I'm running my kids' life for life, you know? And the thing is, I'm going to let you travel down whatever road. You got 4 lanes to travel down, but you don't know I built the highway. You know what I'm saying? Like, these was built by me. You're going to think that you can do whatever you want because, I'll just choose this. I actually made the world so you can have those 4 different choices. Because the problem is today is we're giving our children too much leeway and options to the point where they're not knowing what the hell they really want to do. Most of us grown as hell and we don't know what we want to do. People be lost as hell. 40 years old, I'm trying to figure it out, man. I'm still. What you mean you trying to figure it out? If your parents was more more structured on your behind, more strict on you, you probably wouldn't be straying away from what's going on. You'll be successful already. And you might eventually fall in love with what you're doing for people, you know? And that's what my kids are. They're literally working, you know, for whatever businesses I got going. And it's a stipulation that if somebody get with them, they got to work for me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got 2 beautiful baby girls. I got 2 boys and I got 2 girls, right? A 14-year-old and a 2-year-old, right? And I already know, like, these my babies. I love them to death. Ain't nobody finna just come in and say, yo, I want to date your daughter, whatever the case is. You finna come work for me. I'm gonna be able to tell what type of man you are based off of the work ethic that you put in for me. You know, you don't want to come to work? You lazy as hell? Nope, you ain't dating them. You feel me? Like, straight up, because I don't believe in that let you make your own mistakes. Nah. Because remember, some of those mistakes end up fatal. Yeah. They end up in domestic violence. They end up in so many things. They end up with emotional scarring that, you know, and now they're a different version of who you known them to be. Like, baby, you my baby girl. Why are you doing this? Why are you out here doing this? And 9 times out of 10, just from hearing so many women different stories, it started from something when that happened when their parents wasn't present, you know? And they all wish they had better guidance.
So would you be upset if your daughter was going 50-50 with the man she was with?
Oh, hell yeah. You ain't doing no 50-50. You ain't doing no 50-50. No. Like, listen, you're a princess. You come from that, you know what I'm saying? So ain't no way you finna be doing 50-50 with no man. Okay. And that's what I'm instilling in my kids young. You know, like my daughter's first car when she turned 16 will be fly as hell. Because I have to push away the broke fools. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to. Like, nah, you ain't finna be around my daughter, because the thing is, we've all been in school where we've seen the women jump in the car with the older dude.
Yeah, that's facts.
Always.
Facts. Yep.
You feel me? And it's always because the older dude got his stuff together, and the girl would have feel great because she got her stuff together, getting in the car with the dude who on 26s or whatever. Like, we all been through it, you know? And I don't want that for my child. I want my daughter to have the fly car with her friends, getting in the car with her, and the dude's like, dang, I know who her daddy is, man. I know this and that. Like, you feel me? Like, and I believe that's how life's supposed to be read. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a healthy dose of fear. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you want your name to mean something. So when your kids say, "Do you know who my father is? Do you know who my mother is?" You want them to say that. So you have to work to build that legacy up to the point where they can say that. That way, you know for a fact your kids is safe out here in these streets because it's dangerous, it's scary. They could be with the wrong person, get pulled over, and you feel me? Versus like, oh, you're Mr. Williams' daughter. You're Mr. Williams' son. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, you guys go ahead. That's what I'm trying to build now. You know what I'm saying? In my city, that's why I chose where I live at. That's why I'm choosing to inflict my name in different rooms, right? Because if the judge know, if the police sheriff, like, boom, they're invited to our children's birthday every single year. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're developing a healthy relationship, you know, of powerful people in their own arenas in your area, so you can pretty much have a force field around your babies. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 10 years ahead with my thinking 24/7, you know? And I thought about every worst outcome and try to prevent it before it even happens.
Do you want like a street named after you over there?
Of course, I need a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? Especially by the casino. Jesus Christ. Build a statue in my name.
Why you say by the casino?
You feel me? Like, when I'm indulging and having my little fun, you know, like, they might get the best of me sometimes, but I need a picture like, you feel me? Like, y'all done took too much bread from me. But nah, like, no, 50-50, for sure.
So I'm assuming you would want your sons to be providers.
100%. You got to provide 100%. I tell every man, you're not a man unless you're providing 100%. And I tell men all the time, it does more for you than it does for the woman. Because if you're providing 100%, it's going to push you in a certain corner to nut up. You know what I'm saying? So you really have to make it happen. You really have to get it together and say, okay, I got this. You know, especially if you're always on. I tell people all the time, don't get in a relationship unless you're ready for the relationship. It's something called the relationship map. If your ass can't take care of yourself, how the hell you gonna take care of somebody else? You know what I'm saying? And dudes keep getting in relationships with women quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, without even being together and saying, hey, mama, I don't got nothing going, but one day, you know what I'm saying? No, don't one day her, one day by yourself. And then when you have that foundation, I'm not saying that you got to be rich. But you have to have enough to take care of another human being. I had enough to take care of her when I was working a job because my money was structured properly. You know what I'm saying? I had enough to make sure, okay, I got the car, the house, this and that. Okay, we paying for this right here. What you got in the bills? Let me look over it. Like, okay, we can incur this. You don't really need that because we have this. It's that type of conversation you have when you're really trying to be with somebody because people, we're supposed to be dating to marry, not dating to date. Who the hell want to be a serial dater out here? Man, I've been with this person. We've been here. That's not a flex to say that you dated somebody. Who kept you? That's where we're heading.
So what do you think about men asking women what they bring to the table?
Oh man, hey, I had a recent video that went viral.
I was gonna ask you about that one.
Yeah,
I was
it's super viral from the young lady, you know, pretty much stating like, "Yo, I am the table." Went crazy on him. Yeah. Rightfully so. She cremated, bro. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. But I tell people from my perspective, I'm like, listen, why are we even asking that when we never asked that before, right? If we're looking at the back times, the before times, right? When you're literally sitting there and you're envisioning all this of, you know, like men were used to court women. Men used to go work for the father to get his daughter's hand in marriage. We used to do things where the women was really the prize of the situation.
There was like a bride tax you had to pay it before you got married to her.
Yeah, sheep and cattle and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, you feel me? Because it was like, yo, that was a honor of a man. But now we done let music and all this come into the place where women are damn seen as bathrooms half the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even taking it serious of being with somebody, because being with one person enhances the man. You know what I'm saying? It enhances you to become the best version of you, especially if you have a partner that's actually understanding of that. Not saying, I tell people all the time, they be like, Keaton, but every woman is not worth taking care of. And I said, well, that was your damn fault because you use your discernment to pick one woman. That woman is worth taking care of. Whoever you choose is worth taking care of. If she was the girl off the street that was just in everybody's house, you chose her. She's worth taking care of because you chose her. You can't say that out of the perspective. You can't. Don't talk about millions of women that you ain't got. Talk about the one that you got in front of you. That's the one that deserves everything. You know what I'm saying? And do what we did back in the day. People used to go hunt for their families and possibly get killed by the prey that they was preying on. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we can't go back to those times? I believe that's when men were men. Now we over here on some little rascal stuff like, girl, ew, boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, we doing this back and forth to each other when we supposed to be really helping each other and building with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If a man had that, work, take care of yourself at first. You know, I always say sex is for poor people. That's just my thing that I tell people because they prioritize sex too much. You know, and it's free. And when it's free,
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because if we look at the project,
when it's free, yeah.
Come on, bro. Projects got 3 to 7 kids. Every project. Middle class areas have 2 to 4 kids. Rich areas 1 or 2 kids tops. You know what I'm saying? And that's because they're structuring their family in such a way like, okay, I'm waiting to do this. I'm waiting to this and that. We're connecting. We're not just having meaningless sex. You know what I'm saying? Let's connect when it's time to connect. You know what I'm saying? And we building a family and all that stuff off of there. You know, like obviously a lot of us make those first mistakes. You know what I'm saying? We were young, all this good stuff, right? We all probably fall victim to it. You know what I'm saying? I know I do. Me and my wife. But we got it together. You know what I'm saying? We didn't bring another child in the world until we actually, put that ring on the finger. You know? Because what's the point of out here, test driving the car instead of buying it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
That's true.
If you was in Houston, I know for sure you probably would have got your own day.
For real?
So when they gonna do that over there, Tampa?
I don't know, man. I'm getting the yo. Come on now. You feel me?
I'd have guessed she just got her own day in Houston.
For real?
Yeah.
That's fire.
Talking about Jasmine?
Yeah.
That's fire. I'm gonna have to get one out here. Like, yo,
hey, if you get back to the community enough, you get your own day out here.
That's
Real
fire.
talk.
That's fire.
Like Trey, he has that Trey day.
Oh, okay. My boy Trey. That's fire. That's crazy, man. How just many, because he follows me as well. And it's crazy that you can really be a nobody one day, pushing pallets. You know what I'm saying? And then be the person that people look to as that person. You know, got all types of celebrities like, yo, give me motivation. Big bro this, big bro that. You know what I'm saying? Like all the rappers, all the athletes, all this. Now I'm like, that's crazy. I was just watching you in this movie. Now you DMing me about business and stuff. You know? And this just shows like, yo, with that hard work and dedication, you anybody can become that figure. You know? I'm like, well, I was just selling food stamps not too long ago. Y'all looking at me like I'm that person? You know what I'm saying? So it really does speak to hard work will get you to any level of life you want. You could be the who's who.
Where you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh man, 5 years, billionaire status.
Billionaire status?
Not even because I want the money, because the systems that I'm putting in place for different things that I'm building will grant that. You know, I'm working on a couple of apps. You know what I'm saying? Looking at my lineup, a couple strategic people. Oh man, like it's gonna be huge, especially for the culture. It's gonna be huge. So I'm working to be behind the scenes now. You know, I did the out front stuff. That was cool. You know what I mean? Letting people get to know you or whatever. That's a different type of confidence in itself that it gives you to do what you need to do in the back end. You know.
So how does someone market their product to actually make sales?
Got you. Social media, right? So let's say Instagram, for instance. Instagram has over 500 million users on it every single day. You know what I mean? You have to take advantage of that. And taking advantage of it, we do. We put our products in front of people that actually have the following. You know what I'm saying? We pay them whatever their little fee is. And we make sure that the post that we're giving them to post on their page is going to do the numbers that it says. You know? I got a little tricks and trades so people can, you know what I mean? You know, you got to find that out. But yeah, it's basically off of Instagram. Like, the internet is so amazing, right? Like, I remember when I broke this down years ago, so I can't remember the dude's name, but I remember just around the first times that they actually tried to advertise over the internet. You know, they plugged something up to broadcast to the callers, and the callers got to see that. It was an unknown time. And then in the early 2000s, that's when it started to generate some buzz. 2010, that's when it started becoming, oh, this is a thing. And then 2020, we're all relying off of this. COVID pushed e-commerce 10 years ahead of time. So we're making now what we're supposed to be making in 2034. You know, and everything is going up. Like, literally, an article once said in 2023 was like, hey, e-commerce is at a whopping $6.3 trillion right now. The next article said in 2028, e-commerce will be at $70.9 trillion. That means everything is going to be bought offline. And I tell people already, if you start a business right now and literally hone it, stay there, work on it, $1 million months is what everybody should be making.
So do you think you can have $1 million months with no ads?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. You know, especially if you build up the base, you build up your email list and things like that, that can happen. I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't run ads per se. You know what I'm saying? I just work with certain, you know what I'm saying, people with the following, have them post my posts or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Never ran an ad in my life, actually.
So you would say collaboration is huge?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, use the people that already worked and got the influence, you know what I'm saying? And you post with them or whatever. It's the reason why Fashion Nova is killing the game out here. I remember when they wasn't, and I remember when they did. You know, they partnered up with the right people at the right time. You know, it's so crazy because that's when they parted with Cardi B, and I was just in her DM trying to hit her up. You know what I'm saying? I work with the who's and stuff, but that's one of the ones I really wish I would have understood the power of personal celebrity. It's a difference, right? Because personal celebrity is you're the people's people. You're the person that the people like, not what the world deem you as, you know? And she had the people's love. So when Fashion Nova partnered with them, they went to the next level with that one. You know.
Who you want to partner up with? You haven't partnered up with yet?
I'm talking to a couple people, but I know. So it's the people who I had pleasant encounters with, far as like business on just products or whatever the case is. Like I know Jess Hilarious is one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, speak to her. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to work on something. You know what I mean? We're trying to work on something. And for us other people, man, you know, K-Way for sure. It's crazy. I just literally just texted him the other day. You feel me? So you know, and just probably. Not sure, you know, because you know you got to choose your partners correctly, you know, and I've been burnt a lot. You know what I mean? Lost $10 million last year off of something, you know, that's connected to something bigger than, you know what I mean? So it's all about choosing the right people to be around you. Last year.
So that 10 million was the biggest?
Last year, man. You know what I'm saying? It was terrible because it happened unnecessarily. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't have the juice to do what you said you was about to do, you could have just left it alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave it alone so we don't have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, nothing else. You know, it was the sale of one of my businesses, and the broker at that time wanted to buy the business. You know, he did terrible with the business. He ran it into the ground. And this is a strong business that can do anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000 a month. And you run it to the point where it's only doing 10,000. Sell every day like you going out of business on a business that never had a sale in its life, never had to. I pretty much had the Louis Vuitton of skincare. You know, my products was ranging anywhere from $40 to $60 to $100. When most people were selling it for $2 for $5, you know, $2 for $25, like that type of pricing. I'm like, no, I'm gonna come out with the most expensive options when it comes to products on the internet. People thought I was crazy. They were like, man, listen, the best year you're gonna do is probably at 30,000. If you do good, the best is you're gonna make is 30,000, especially with that price point. Came out and did 3 million. So I don't listen to what nobody say no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have a different mindset. The reason why we skip tax brackets so quick, and that's what I call it, skip tax brackets, is because we never dealt in the field that we were in currently. So I say all the time, when I was a freshman, right? Freshman is when you in that fresh new stage, you ain't really made no money for real. I was listening to the sophomores. I was trying to do what the sophomores was doing. You know, then when I got to that sophomore status, you know what I'm saying, that's the $1 million status or whatever the case is. I wasn't listening to those people, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, senior, whatever the case is. That's just higher, $10 million. I'm listening to the next level, whatever case is. Because my problem was, the reason why I went broke 3 times because I didn't have 3 things. I didn't have branding. You know, I didn't know how to brand, you know? I didn't know how to market when we tried to sell t-shirts in that flop. You see t-shirts? Yeah, I was a victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, that flopped. And then systems. I didn't have the proper systems in place to keep me from losing all my damn money when I was trying to do affiliate marketing. So when I applied all that to my business, that's the reason why I made so much. I got those 3 things in play, and I got those 3 biggest customers. And just to give a little game for people, this is how you do your 10,000. This is how you get to your $10,000 days, right? And plus, you know, 10,000, 100,000. Can I give a little game on here?
Yeah, please do. Yes, please do.
So we know it's 3 types of buyers, right? You have the immediate buyer. You want to post things that you know for a fact the immediate buyer will see and buy immediately, right? So it has to be that good of an ad, whatever it is. If it's products, you better show the results immediately. Don't wait for it, show it. You know what I mean? That's going to make the immediate buyer look at it and say, okay, I want that, right? And then you got the emotional buyer. You pulling on their emotional status, right? Because we know certain things will that we post on the internet will appeal to somebody's insecurity, you know? Which is good, you know, and well, for business, you know, not doing it to hurt women, especially if we got the solution. Like, hey, you got a problem, we got the solution. If you don't take our solution, you know, I mean, keep your problem. You know what I mean? So now we're posting it, and now, you know, the insecurity is just spiking through the roof, and like, okay, I need to get this. And the insecure hours is normally around 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Late at night when people really got to sit back and reflect with who they are as a person. You know, so that's how you get that second immediate, the emotional buyer. The third one is the skeptical buyer, right? The skeptical buyer is the last one. You don't need that to get rich. The first 2 will get you rich, but the skeptical one will push your sales through the roof, right? Because that's the one, once you show enough and you prove it in whatever fashion, that's when things change, right? Let's say even with me, I already know how to get the immediate buyer. It's the lifestyle. The emotional buyer, they seen where I came from, and now that resonates where they was. And the skeptical buyer, the video about the green screen, you seen that one on my page? There's a recent, that one just went viral. People, yo, I got 10, I got 20,000, I got 50,000, I got 100,000. Here you go, here you go, here you go. Been busy all week because it proved to them something that they was probably thinking in their minds. And I tell people, I'm not posting for y'all, because I hear a lot of people saying that. I had all types of athletes and, you know, celebrities. Everybody in the comments was saying, why is he entertaining her? I'm like, I'm not entertaining her for the sole purposes of entertaining her. I'm doing this for the masses, for people to see what's possible. Because a lot of people don't know what's possible if it's never been in front of them, you know? And I'm like, this is why I do this. Y'all don't understand that, but I know exactly what the video was about to do. I knew by me editing it and making sure I posted it at the right time, whatever the case is, it would go good. You know, and it went viral, you know what I'm saying? 1 million plus to here, 5 million on Facebook, you know, 3 million on this channel, like all types of stuff. But I knew it was about to happen, you know, because all you got to do is just prove to people one time that this is possible and they'll believe you. So that's 3 buyers. And that's how you do your 10,000, you know, in whatever business you want. You get those 3 buyers, you're good for life.
What was your biggest month?
Biggest month. Now, I did a lot, right? So this is combined with all types of businesses, right? We put all types of stuff into this. I'm talking about when sales crazy or whatever. It was 9.7 million. That was around the time I bought my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it went crazy.
It makes sense.
Balls to the wall. You know what I'm saying? Balls to the wall so you can actually go crazy. And that's what it was.
Pay cash for it? Pay cash?
Most of it. You know what I'm saying? Most of it.
Gotta
Because I know you got to do the because my thing is I was buying everything cash. And you know, it was looking bad on the papers. You feel me? Like, oh my God, you need to have da-da-da. Like, stop buying everything cash. At least put 10% of it on the damn da-da-da, so make those payments so it can look good on the credit. Because my credit score, when I first started my business, was like a 400 something. So I mean, I ain't never used credit. I didn't care about credit. You know, not one thing I bought was with credit. You know what I mean? Everything else that I bought was just with straight hard cash. And I even tell my students, I'm like, yo, if you got the money, use that money from your job. Don't use nobody else's money. And I know everybody else say otherwise, right? They say use other people's money. But the thing is, using other people's money, you don't have your own heart into the money that you're using. So if you fail, you're failing because you don't give a damn because it ain't your money. The heart follows the pocketbook. If you put forth your money that's how I guarantee everything for me. I know I'm guaranteed to succeed in whatever, because if I'm putting my heart on money and everything that I've invested in, $1 million here, $2 million here, $3 million here, it's been my own money. So I'm risking it to go. And a billionaire told me that night at the party, like, yo, if you want to get to this status, you got to be comfortable going broke at least 3 times a year. I didn't know what that meant. You know what I'm saying? But I do now. You feel me? You got to be cash poor for a while. You know what I'm saying? Because all that money is in investments. But when investments come back, man, listen, it'll be more money than you can spend.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
You just went viral on you told like women, like if your man goes broke, leave him.
Yeah.
So you stand by that?
Yeah, that just happened to me.
Sorry to hear that, brother.
Man. Yeah,
no, I say
I need your program. Yeah, I need it.
Yeah. No, I pretty much, let me put that in context, right? So I said, listen, if it takes a man more than 3 to 6 months to get his shit together, right? After that, you need a dip, because you ain't doing nothing but wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? And clearly, what you're doing is not helping this man out at all. He needs to be by himself, especially at that time. If you can't get it back together, right? And most dudes just be broke from the jump. They broke out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put forth some effort. And I think that conversation that I had when I said that was derived from, a guy was saying like, yo, you don't believe that we could get it together, whatever the case is, and this and that. I'm like, I don't believe it. It's not that I don't believe that, but you got to come in the gate, right? And this is when I talk to women. I'm like, y'all are the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are accepting these dudes without even, what's the plan?
We be trying to build them up.
You feel me? Yeah. Everybody want to play Mr.
Yeah, they love a project, man.
You feel me? But most of these be project babies, and they ain't want nothing better than what they have. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nothing different than what they got going on. They're okay with that. Oh, I'm just, you know what I mean? Like most people, you can't really change a man, not a woman. A woman can't raise a man or change a man. That man has to already have that change inside of him that you guys can literally just go in there and unravel the cords. The cords are there though. You know what I'm saying? But you got to unravel it a little bit. You know what I mean? But some men don't got no cords at all. They just okay with being bums, just playing the game. They want to drive your car and go to the next woman's house.
I've been there.
A lot of women have. You know what I'm saying?
What if they're married? You still feel like that if they're married?
If they're married, you give them a little bit more grace. You give them a little bit more grace. Add some more time onto it. Because now y'all married. Y'all got that covenant underneath God. Okay. It shouldn't take you no damn year to get your stuff back together, though. Okay. Because the thing is, and that's why I tell men, I'm like, yo, you don't want your woman working a 9 to 5. You really don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. It'll be at a point where who got her heart? Who got her ear? Who got that more? You or the boss? Because the boss telling her what to do every day, how to come in, how to look. You know what I'm saying? What time to show up.
Yeah, she doing it.
Come here to this and that. And she's doing it. She's listening to another male figure. And that man is saying, do this, do that, do this. Come here at this time. Come on this vacation. Whatever case is, like this man is telling you got your girl got 2 men actively in her life, you and him. Who has more power? Because this one paying the bills.
Yeah, the man, the owner.
You feel me?
He got all of them.
You can be exchanged. This one is paying the bills. This one promised her a promotion. You feel me? And plus, you don't want nobody. You don't want her to be at the work with no work husband telling her all that. Oh my God, it's so horrible at the job. Man, come on, man. Telling all your business. And that man sitting there, I'm so sorry to hear that. He can't go nowhere because he at work too. So he got all the time in the world to listen to your girl while they working them 8-9 hours. And plus, she's coming home and you expect her to still, that's why even on that video, that particular video with that one young woman, she's right. Like, there's no 50-50. If a woman got to go work, you know what I'm saying, got to come home and clean, you know what I'm saying, have sex with you, fix the food, take on the kids and all that stuff, it's really like 80-20 for real. You know what I mean? Take that away from her so that can be more for you than it would for the woman, because a woman can actually have time to decompress and have her day arranged how she wants it. That's more for you when you come home. You know what I'm saying? You come home to a castle versus this and that. And that's one thing my wife did, made that little small apartment feel like a castle, you know what I'm saying? Because I was doing the work and she was just taking care of my mental.
Yeah, I agree with everything she said. I sent her the video on Instagram. I was like, I agree with everything she said.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah. That's fire. Did you agree with everything?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
What if they got kids?
Okay, kids, add a little bit more time. But the thing is,
how much more time are we talking?
Listen, we talk about increments of months.
Months, like okay.
6 months.
So they
boom, you married, you got a year. You got a year. No, a year.
So with kids, a
year and a half with the kids.
Okay.
Like, there should be no, it's so much adjusting that you can do in 30 days. I tell people this, and this is pretty much, I've said this on all my podcasts. I work every day as if it's a spurt of a month, right? So I can get in a month, damn near every single day of work. If you really put your mind to it, you can do everything quick. I lost 60 pounds in 2 months because I was dedicated to it.
I'm going to ask you about the weight loss because I'm trying to,
got you.
Same thing. I was like 275. Probably not even 6 months ago.
Come on,
I dropped. So I'm 232 now.
That's a blessing. How do you, bro?
I'm trying to get to 190, but
I know you look different.
I can't give up that fried chicken, man. That fried chicken got me, man.
Hey, that be the chicken, bro.
It's got me.
You know, but everything I did in business, the reason why I made $1 million in 5 months is the same reason why I lost 60 pounds in 2 months, right? I dedicated myself to it. I looked in the mirror, taking my son to school. I'm like, yo, I look terrible. I got a video that I did of me being fat, looking in the camera.
I saw that.
You know, saying, yo, I got titties now. You know what I'm saying? Like belly hanging out and stuff. I'm like, yo, I need to change. This is not who I was. You know what I'm saying? I come from a background of having a decent base. You know what I'm saying? A fit base. Not what I have now, but a fit base. To the point where I'm like, yo, I just got rich and started eating pasta. That was my thing. You know what I'm saying? I started eating pasta. I know every come to Florida, I take out to any pasta place. You know? But it was that, and I said, okay, it's time to dedicate myself. Literally, the next day, we went in, you know, calorie watching. I was boxing, you know what I'm saying? Training at nighttime. And the night before I go to bed, I'm on that treadmill. You feel me? Like, she'll tell you, like, I was going through the most. You know,
what products were you taking?
The products that I bought now, currently, Tasty Muscles, right? They wasn't called Tasty Muscles. But the thing is, I bought that company because I'm not going to promote you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look like selling y'all company out by telling people what I took. No, I'm going to buy the company from you, and I'm going to sell it myself.
Okay.
Shout out to Tasty Muscles.
Okay.
You know?
Tasty Muscle.
Yeah, Tasty Muscles. The weight loss matrix pills is off the chain. You know what I'm saying? The full body cleanse, clean all that out, whatever. Because a lot of that weight we be carrying and be like old food that didn't process or whatever. You have to detox and clean that body out or whatever the case is. Get that done. You know, and obviously the protein, you know, I be making my little milkshakes every single night out of my protein shake. You know what I'm saying? Pack the muscle on. So, you know, the more muscle you add, and the more calories you restrict down, the better your body look. That's when you get that Y shape. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When you become you say you're gonna become a billionaire, right?
Eventually.
Eventually?
Yeah.
Like you plan on getting like a team or something? Like, or no?
Yeah, you know. I always it's so crazy because I always say I know I can't be teaching people forever. Because just I got too many things going on. You know what I'm saying?
Kids.
Yeah, kids, but then like career choices. Because I'm at this point, I'm like, yo, I'm just doing whatever I want. You know, I had a passion for music back in the day before I realized that shit ain't paying me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to, you know, go do stuff. But now it's like, you know, it was an incident that happened probably like 2 years ago. And it was like I was going to get on live with my students, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get them crunk. We playing music, you know, we playing all types of artists or whatever. Instagram and shut my live off. You know what I'm saying? Because of copyright infringement. I'm like, yo, this happened 4 times. I'm like, screw it. All my favorite artists, I'm finna do music with them, y'all. We finna turn up to our own music. That's exactly what I did. Got Money Bag, yo, Mulatto, Fabio Foreign, 42 Dub, all types of people. You know,
you
Kevin
got 42?
I got all of them.
Oh, okay.
I got all of them.
I like 42, man.
Bro, I got all of them. You know what I'm saying?
42.
Shoot, Drake would have been the next one. You know what I'm saying? I talked to his barber. That million, that's it, just $1 million. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's the, and that's just because I'm like, yo, money can really have you doing whatever the hell you want to do out here. You know what I mean? So when people say money don't buy happiness, I look at them like, are you crazy? Are you dumb? Don't even take out cars, clothes, and all that, right? I was able to retire my mother, and my father at the same time. What's more prideful than that? What's more happy than seeing the woman that, you know, and the man that worked their ass off to put you through school, to put food on your table, and you can do the same thing and take that away from them before they get too damn old and just die out. You know, for them to see you do that, like, yo, I'm doing this for y'all. And I never wanted to step on my dad's toes or whatever the case is. I made sure that, yo, I'm retiring y'all after, you know, my dad, you know, pretty much stops working, you know, because he's a man's man. I would never step on his toes. You know what I'm saying? Like, step over because I'm the son. Like, let me take care of mother. No, that's not what we're doing. You know? I know that would be disrespectful to him. That's his wife at the end of the day. That's my mom, but that's his wife, you know? So I had to be on some respectful stuff and ask my dad, yo, I'm ready to, yeah, you can. Like, cool. Did that, you know? They get money from us every single Monday. Draw it right in the account. I don't even see it. You know? All I do is see them going on trips. So I know the money's still good. You feel me? Yeah. And the grandbabies. All the grandbabies be fly as hell. I'm like, yep, I know I have something to do with that.
Would you start a record label?
Nah.
No.
Music is for poor people too. The business of music. You know what I'm saying? People just trying to screw you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of execs or whatever case is, they're like, yeah, you know, we can help you. We can give you advice, but we can't put you in there. We like to screw people. They're telling me they like to screw people. That's how they make their money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to rob them for everything they have, whatever. The artists love it at first because they love fame, and then they realize they complain later. Look at these big artists complaining about money. The biggest artists in the world, they be complaining about money. You know, oh my God, I'm not label, ain't did it all. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? So, No, I wouldn't. I'll just throw it out there, get the notoriety from it, you know, because at the time it's edutainment. You gotta educate and entertain people at the same time. I believe I'm one of the best at doing that. So, yeah.
Are you into stocks?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
About real estate? You know, about houses?
I'll put crumbs towards that or whatever case is. How my brother pretty much do all the investing when it comes to housing or whatever. I really love e-commerce, you know, and I tell people all the time, what you know Jeff Bezos for?
E-commerce.
Like far as his business, right?
Amazon. Yeah, Amazon,
right?
yeah.
What about Elon Musk?
Tesla.
You feel me? Bill Gates.
Microsoft.
Yeah, you feel me? You feel me? You know, Steve Jobs.
Apple.
Think about it. We know these people from one thing.
Yeah.
They ain't in the damn 10 different hustles or whatever the case is. That's our ass out here hustling backwards, trying to have several different things going versus saying, nope, I'm focusing on just this one thing. Because you can get any one thing to $1 billion status. You just got to focus on it. Yeah. We lose focus because we got 10 different hustles versus saying, no, let me just prioritize this one thing right here. And this one thing is going to change. And if you do veer off, create the hybrid of that one thing. Like when me creating apps, I'm always gonna have e-commerce inside that. So I'm still at the base doing e-commerce. You know? So that's why I don't understand why would anybody do anything else? Focus on that one thing that's paying you handsomely and get paid more from it. Don't get bored, get paid.
Yeah, makes sense.
I got any more questions?
No, I'm
done.
This was good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for answering the phone. I didn't think you was gonna answer the phone.
Nah, man. Look. You know, and I like to do these. You know, I like to do these because it's just a chance for.
He was answering the phone.
I called him the first time. I thought he was gonna be like. I thought he was throwing me the voicemail. Boy, he answered. I was like, oh yeah, we got motion.
Yeah, I was pulling up. You know what I'm saying? I was pulling up. And the thing is like I like to connect to people, connect with people on different levels. You know what I'm saying? Talk about business because it's important for the story to get out there as many times as possible. You know, Myron talk about it all the time. Like it's important for your story to get out there.
That's what I want to ask you. What made you choose Myron as your mentor?
It was close.
It was close. Okay.
It was close. It was a personal, you know what I'm saying? It was a personal decision at that time, you know?
Okay.
And plus I was already past 10 million. I was like, yo, I can't lose. What I'm gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? It was like I have nothing to lose, only stuff to gain. You feel me? Okay. It was more of a, hey, let's sit down and have lunch, you know, because he in my city, literally stay 10 minutes away from me. So it was like, let's sit down, let's have lunch, let's conversate about what you have going on and how I can help improve it. You know what I mean? Okay. So it was more of a brotherhood type of move versus like, yo, I need this in business type of move. Okay. Because I just wanted to be, I wanted to know everybody else because I didn't even know mentors existed. That's why I was doing my own thing. I had the blinders, the horse blinders on, and it was just me and my family. I didn't care about nothing else. I'm literally focused about what's making us this money or whatever the case is. When I look up, I'm like, oh, is people actually showing people how to do this too? Oh, that's dope. That's dope. You know? So that was, man.
Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you.
You want to tell them where they can find you at?
Oh, yeah.
Papi Chulo _ dreaded on Instagram. 1.7, 1.8 million followers. I don't know at what point. Ignore all the fake accounts.
You got a lot of fake accounts.
I know. I will never hit you up and say Grand Rising, brother. No, not me. You know, I'm not gonna talk about no crypto either. None of that stuff. You feel me? Like that's where you can find me at. You know, and yeah.
Thank you again, man. Appreciate you.
Oh, can I say this one more thing, Miguel? Got you. So, as many things that you can get involved on my page because I know you could be pretty much everywhere, but we have it structured in certain dollar amounts for you guys, right? Like if you guys want to get my $40 to $100 monthly program, you just comment 100 on any one of my pictures. You can get that. If you want to get my $5,000 program, I don't know if the sale will still be going on, but it's $1,500 right now. Just comment 5K. But if you got $10,000 to $1 million to invest, and you want me to pretty much build you a business for you, right? Because we already know what to do. Text 813-365-8272. Get with me.
Appreciate you, man.
Come on.
Definitely.